Welcome to another episode of Nidus Group TV. In today's episode, we're talking about buying a property or investing in real estate with your self-managed super fund. So these are the questions we get asked as a real estate professionals. Like, should we buy a property with a self-managed super fund, or can we buy a live-in property or not? So this I just want to cover to start with. Like, this is not by any means is a financial advice, or we're not giving this advice for people to either they do or they don't invest in self-managed super fund to buy a property. So you need to seek the independent financial advice with the financial planner. So I'm just going to be covering the general questions we get asked, so I thought I'll do a video on that. So first question we get asked is who can buy with self-managed super fund. So if you have anywhere up to $200,000 in your self-managed super fund, you qualify to buy the property. Now, don't just go away. Basically, the way you set up a trust, as a trustee, there's up to 4 different people or 4 different individuals can invest into that initial deposit of $200,000. So you can go in a joint venture with your friends and family as well to set up a trust which has the total combined value of $200,000, and then you can go explore the avenues of borrowing money and everything like that. Second question is borrowing money from the bank in terms of investing in real estate, in terms of buying property. Now, a lot of major lenders have stopped lending to super funds. Now there is tier 2 lenders, like something like AMP or Liberty Finance. They lend, but the interest rates are a little bit higher for self-managed super fund loans when you're investing in property as well. And the other question is, what are the tax benefits? As in terms of like if you invested in property and in terms of capital gains tax and stuff like that. So if you've invested in as a normal kind of capital gain tax, they're calculated as per your income, but these in self-managed super funds, they are on lower rates. Your accountant is the best person to explain that, but in a general sense, I can advise you their lower rate, tax rate is a lot lower compared to the individual tax rates or company tax. What are the steps to before you go and decide in terms of buying a property on a super fund? So the first step is you need to seek the financial advice from a financial planner. Then after that, if you're eligible to go and buy the property, then you need to be speaking to the accountant and to set up the trust and also the company and all the bare trust setups. After that, you speak to a good mortgage broker who can source the loans from different lenders, and especially someone who's got experience in the self-managed super fund lending space. Your general bank lenders and a lot of mortgage brokers who deal within residential market, they wouldn't have too much knowledge, so you need to be speaking to someone who's done something like this as well. And then in the final step, once you're pre-approved and you know how much you can spend to buy the house or a property, and then you need to be going out there shopping and talking to real estate agents as well, and then maybe be upfront that you might need extra time in cooling off if you're buying a property in a private treaty, and like to allow for the super fund to do the valuation and all those back-end stuff to make sure that you have plenty of time before you can go and pay the 10% deposit. So the key thing there is to communicate with your agent that the purchase is going to be under a super fund. Now, the questions we get asked after I buy a property with a self-managed super fund, can I live in there? Unfortunately, no, you can't. You can't rent that property back to yourself as well. You can't even rent it to your family and friends as well if it's a residential property. In a commercial property, if it's purchased under a super fund, yes, you can rent that property back for your business. So it's a very good thing for the small businesses which are renting the premises for their business. If they have enough money in the super fund, I highly recommend to go and then get a pre-approval and see how much you can borrow, and then invest that money into that real estate, in commercial real estate, and then rent back that those premises, so you can you're indirectly contributing back into your super. So the simple answer for a commercial property, yes, you can rent that back, but residential you can't. Now also, it's very because this property is going to be long-term rental, so for a residential property, so that's why it's a good thing to choose a good rental manager, and then at the same time who's going to look after your tenant and yourself and try and get a long-term tenant in to make sure that there's less disruption, because if your contributions are coming in and rentals are coming in without much disruption, you have a very good investment strategy going there. Currently in our rental portfolio, there is about 6% investments are owned by self-managed super funds. I've seen personally the increase in the Western Sydney region, like how a number of people, they don't even live around here, but they bought the investment properties with their super funds in the area because the returns are pretty good, and also at the same time the purchase price is on a lower end as well. If anything I haven't covered in this video, please feel free to put it in the comments, and I'm happy to cover that. And also if anyone needs any assistance, I'm happy to put you through to professionals we use and work with in terms of accountants, financial planners, and self-managed super fund management companies as well. And also I can assist you with our rental department as well. If you own or buy a property within the area, more than happy to get our property managers to speak to you as well. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and any questions, please put it in the comments, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.